everyone, and welcome back. We're diving deep into the LA wildfires today.
Oh, yeah.
A story that is terrifying and inspiring all at the same time.
It really is.
And we've got a ton of incredible sources for you all today.
Yeah, we do.
We've got firsthand accounts from NBC reporters who were right there, like in the thick of it.
Great guy.
We've got expert analysis on wildfire management.
Yep.
And some really moving stories from residents who, stared down those flames head on.
Incredible stories.
We're going to try to understand what made these fires so different, so destructive.
Yeah.
What does it tell us about the city of LA and its people?
Right.
You ready to get into it?
I am totally ready. Let's do it.
Okay, so picture this. It all starts with the Palisades fire.
Okay.
It ignites on a Tuesday near a state park. Sounds pretty ordinary, right?
Yeah. You think, oh, a fire, we deal with these.
Exactly.
But then the Santa Ana winds decide to show up.
Oh, no.
And those winds are unique to Southern California.
Yeah.
They can reach hurricane force with gusts up to 100 miles an hour.
Oh, my God.
So they're basically acting like this giant bellows, just pushing the fire across the landscape.
Yeah.
Creating these just intense, unpredictable firestorms.
So it's not just like a normal wind, it's like a super-powered wind specifically designed to make fires worse.
That's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
And, the speed at which the Palisades fire spread was just terrifying.
Yeah.
Over 200 acres were just gone in 20 minutes.
20 minutes.
And homes were already under threat in that same time frame.
I can't even imagine what it must have been like for the people living there.
I mean, it was chaos.
Yeah.
Residents scrambling to evacuate.
Oh, my gosh.
Some people getting stuck in gridlock.
Oh, no.
Forced to abandon their cars and just flee on foot.
Wow.
We have accounts of families being separated,
Oh.
pets lost, and just this overwhelming sense of panic as the fire just bears down on their neighborhoods.
Just heartbreaking. And as if the Palisades fire wasn't bad enough, the Eaton fire erupts almost simultaneously in Altadena, stretching resources incredibly thin.
It's hard to fathom that strain on the resources.
Yeah.
Firefighters are dealing with not one, but two major fires,
Right.
both fueled by these relentless Santa Ana winds.
And then we read about the harrowing evacuation of an assisted living facility in Altadena.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You just know every second counted in a situation like that.
Oh, for sure. And these fires didn't discriminate.
Right.
They threatened everyone in their path.
Yeah.
Highlighting just how vulnerable even a modern city like LA can be to these forces of nature.
It's true.
And you have to remember, the winds were so strong that it basically grounded air firefighting efforts. Helicopters, which are usually crucial in battling wildfires,
Yeah.
practically useless.
So they're fighting this fire with one hand tied behind their backs?
That's a great analogy.
Right. You're right.
There's a quote from one fire boss that really stuck with me.
Oh, yeah.
He said, "When the wind is 10 miles per hour, I'm a firefighter. When it's 30 miles per hour, I'm an observer." Just a stark reminder of how powerful and unpredictable these wildfires can be.
Yeah.
Even for those who are trained to fight them.
Yeah, and then it's it couldn't get any worse, but then we learned that firefighters were running out of water.
Right.
Hydrants running dry in a city like LA. How is that even possible?
It sounds unbelievable.
Yeah.
But what happened was that demand for water from multiple fire fronts,
Okay.
along with regular city usage, just completely overwhelmed the system.
So too many straws in a glass.
Yeah, that's a good way to think about it.
Eventually, there's just not enough to go around.
Right.
So it's this combination of factors, these incredibly powerful winds,
Yeah.
multiple fires erupting at the same time,
Yeah.
then this water crisis on top of everything else.
Yeah. And it's important to acknowledge, I think, that there was some controversy surrounding budget cuts to the LAFD.
Yeah.
Some argue that these cuts directly contributed to the water shortage and hindered the firefighting response.
Right, we read about that too. So we're seeing how these fires bring to light larger systemic issues.
Right.
Not just this immediate challenge of putting out the flames.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But even with all the resources in the world, imagine battling a wind-driven firestorm.
Yeah.
Pretty daunting task.
It would be.
I mean, it's like trying to stop a hurricane with a garden hose.
Yeah.
The scale and intensity of these fires pushed even the most experienced firefighters to their absolute limits.
And that's why I think it's even more important to understand the human side of this story.
Oh, for sure.
We read about James Fowler, who lost his childhood home in Altadena.
I remember that.
A place filled with decades of memories.
Yeah.
It must have been devastating to see it all go up in flames.
Devastating. What struck me about his story, though, was his focus on this salvaged BBQ smoker.
Oh, wow.
This symbol of, family gatherings and good times.
Right.
Even in the midst of this profound loss, he found hope and a reminder of what truly matters.
Yeah, it's like even in the ashes, there's this spark of resilience.
Exactly.
This refusal to be completely defeated.
Totally. And then you have the story of Abraham Corin,
Oh, yeah.
who defied evacuation orders.
Wow.
Single-handedly saved his entire street with a garden hose.
Wow. That's amazing.
A powerful example of individual action, but it also makes you think,
Yeah.
shouldn't a city be better prepared to support its residents in these situations?
That's a good point.
Is relying on individual heroism a sustainable solution?
Yeah, we're going to have to unpack that idea further. But for now, let's shift focus to the Pacific Palisades,
Okay.
which was the epicenter of LA's most destructive fire in history.
Right.
And we heard from reporters who grew up there.
Yeah.
They were just stunned by the level of destruction.
It's unimaginable, like a place, intimately
Yeah.
filled with familiar landmarks and cherished memories.
Right.
Suddenly transformed into this desolate landscape.
Wow.
Charred homes, smoldering libraries, empty streets.
Sounds like something out of a dystopian novel.
Really does. And it highlights the emotional toll these fires took on people.
Yeah.
It wasn't just about losing homes.
Right.
It was about losing a part of their identity, their history, their sense of place.
And amidst all of this, we have stories like Casey Coven,
Oh, yeah.
who frantically searched for his beloved dogs
I remember that story.
after being forced to evacuate. It's just a reminder that for many people, pets are family,
They are.
and their loss can be just as devastating as losing a human loved one.
Absolutely. And we can't forget about people like Albie Fuentes,
Oh, yeah.
a local cafe owner who lost his business,
Mhm.
a place that served as a community hub for so many.
Right.
These fires didn't just destroy homes, they ripped apart the fabric of the community,
Yeah.
leaving behind a void that'll take time and effort to fill.
It's clear that these fires were far more than just a natural disaster.
So much more.
They exposed vulnerabilities in infrastructure,
Right.
sparked debate about resource allocation,
Yeah.
revealed profound resilience, but also a deep sense of loss within the people of LA.
It's all there.
But what makes LA so vulnerable to these types of fires,
Right.
yet so irresistible to so many people?
That's the question that keeps coming back to me.
Me too.
As we delve deeper into these stories,
Yeah.
what is it about LA that makes people willing to risk it all, to rebuild time and again,
Yeah.
despite this ever-present threat of disaster?
We're going to have to dig into that a little bit more.
We are.
This is getting really interesting.
This is good stuff.
Really makes you think, is it worth it?
Mhm.
Is the allure of LA strong enough to outweigh the very real danger of these fires?
That's a tough one. And I think there are a lot of layers to that question.
Right.
On the one hand, LA has a long history of overcoming disasters.
It does, yeah.
The Bel Air fire, the Laguna Beach fires, earthquakes even.
Right.
It's a city that's been tested time and time again.
Yeah.
Each time it bounces back, reinvents itself.
Yeah.
Almost like a phoenix rising from the ashes,
Right. But this time it feels different, doesn't it?
It does.
The scale of the destruction, the sheer number of homes lost the environmental impact.
Yeah.
It's like pushing the limits of that resilience.
It is. Do you think these fires could change how people see LA?
It's possible, and this isn't just an LA issue, right?
No, but it's not.
We're seeing more intense wildfires all over the world.
We are.
Longer fire seasons,
Yeah.
more people living in fire-prone areas.
It's true.
It's a global challenge that demands a global response.
Definitely.
So we're not just talking about rebuilding LA.
Yeah.
We're talking about rethinking how we live in a world where wildfires are becoming more frequent, more destructive.
Exactly. And that requires a multifaceted approach.
Okay.
It's about better forest management, creating defensible space around homes, investing in more resilient infrastructure.
I've heard that term defensible space before.
Yeah.
I'm not totally sure what it means.
Sure. So defensible space is essentially a buffer zone around a home that's designed to slow or stop the spread of a wildfire. Yeah. It involves things like clearing vegetation, using fire-resistant landscaping, and maintaining a clear area around structures.
Got it.
So think of it as like creating a safe zone that gives firefighters a fighting chance to protect your home.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yep.
So it's not just about reacting to fires when they happen. It's
Mhm.
about taking steps to make our homes and communities less vulnerable in the first place.
Yeah, it's about shifting our mindset.
Okay.
For too long, we have operated under this assumption that we can conquer nature,
Right.
that we can control it.
Yeah,
These fires are a reminder that nature is powerful,
it is.
and we need to learn to coexist with it.
Okay, so it's about adapting to the reality of a changing climate.
Yeah,
Not just trying to fight it, but finding ways to live in harmony with it.
exactly.
That's a pretty profound idea, but also sounds pretty daunting. Where do we even begin?
Well, I think we can draw inspiration from some of the stories of resilience that we've been talking about.
Yeah.
Remember James Fowler and his BBQ smoker? A powerful example of finding hope and meaning, even in the face of devastating loss.
Right.
And Abraham Corin, who took it upon himself to protect his street,
Right.
speaks to the potential for individual action, for people coming together to support each other,
Yeah.
build stronger communities.
You're right. Those stories are incredibly inspiring.
They are.
They remind us that even in the darkest of times, the human spirit can endure,
Absolutely.
and that even small acts of courage and kindness can make a difference.
It's not just about individual acts, though.
Right.
It's about collective action.
Okay.
We saw amazing examples of community support in the aftermath of these fires.
Yeah.
Neighbors helping neighbors, volunteers providing food and shelter, firefighters working tirelessly around the clock.
Yeah.
It's a reminder that we're not alone in this.
Right.
We're all connected,
Yeah.
and we have a responsibility to support each other,
Yeah.
especially during times of crisis.
It's like that old saying, it takes a village, or in this case, it takes a city. A whole community coming together to rebuild, to heal, to find a way forward.
Exactly. And it's not just about those immediate relief efforts.
Right.
It's about the long-term recovery process,
Okay.
helping people rebuild their homes, their lives, their sense of community.
Yeah.
Like, that's the true test of resilience, isn't it?
I think so.
Not just surviving the disaster, but thriving afterwards.
Right.
Takes time, effort, and a whole lot of heart.
It does. That's a great point. But rebuilding after a disaster like that, this isn't just about bricks and mortar, right?
It's not.
What about the emotional and psychological impact on the people who went through this?
That's a crucial aspect that often gets overlooked.
Yeah.
The psychological toll of these disasters
Yeah.
can be just as devastating as the physical damage.
Right.
People lose their homes, their possessions, but they also lose their sense of safety, their peace of mind.
Right.
It's like this invisible wound that needs time and care to heal.
So we need to make sure people have access to mental health services,
Absolutely.
to counseling, to support groups, all those things that can help them process what they've been through and start to heal.
It's not just about providing those resources, though.
Okay.
It's about creating a culture of understanding and support
Right.
where people feel comfortable talking about their struggles, their fears, their anxieties.
Yeah.
We need to break the stigma surrounding mental health and encourage people to seek help when they need it.
It's about acknowledging that trauma can manifest in different ways.
Right.
Some people might experience anxiety, others might have flashbacks,
Yep.
while others might withdraw or become easily overwhelmed.
It's true. There's no right or wrong way to react to trauma.
Yeah.
It's about recognizing the impact and seeking help when needed.
And it's about creating that culture of understanding and support,
Exactly.
breaking that stigma surrounding mental health, encouraging people to talk openly about their struggles.
Yeah, we need to normalize the conversation.
We do.
Let people know that it's okay to not be okay, that there's help available.
Right. And it's not just about individual healing. It's
right.
about collective healing. It's about rebuilding communities that are stronger, more resilient, and more supportive.
That's it.
Because at the end of the day, it's our connections with each other that help us get through the tough times.
Yes, yes.
It's that sense of belonging, that shared humanity that gives us hope for the future.
Beautifully said, and it brings us back to that question we posed earlier.
Yeah.
What is it about LA that keeps people coming back despite the risks?
Maybe it's that spirit of resilience, that sense of community, that ability to overcome adversity and emerge even stronger.
Could be.
Maybe that's the magic of LA.
Perhaps. But it's also a cautionary tale, isn't it?
Yeah.
A reminder that we can't take our resilience for granted.
Right.
We need to be proactive, learn from our mistakes,
Yeah.
build a future that's both sustainable and safe.
Absolutely. It's about finding that balance
Yeah.
between enjoying the beauty and opportunity of a place like LA and the responsibility that we have to protect it.
And it's about recognizing that the future of LA,
Right.
and really the future of many cities around the world,
Yeah.
depends on our ability to adapt and innovate and collaborate.
We've talked a lot about the big picture stuff.
Yeah.
Climate change, infrastructure, community resilience. But I'm curious about what this all means on a more practical level.
Okay.
What can our listeners, everyday people, do to make a difference? Yeah, it feels like a lot. Like, where do you even begin to make a difference?
It can feel overwhelming
Yeah.
when we're talking about these huge, complex issues.
Right.
But I think it's important to remember that even small actions,
Okay.
when they're multiplied across a community, can have a real impact.
Okay.
And, one thing that struck me as we were going through these sources
Yeah.
was how often the issue of infrastructure came up.
Yeah.
We tend to focus on the immediate drama of a firefight,
Right.
but those underlying systems,
Yeah.
they play such a crucial role.
Things like the water shortage we talked about earlier.
Exactly.
Well-
Having enough hydrants and water pressure
Right.
to actually fight the fires.
Right.
But it's also things like evacuation routes, communication networks, even the power grid.
Right.
These are the often invisible systems
Yeah.
that can make the difference between a manageable emergency and a full-blown catastrophe.
So it's not just about having enough firefighters and fire trucks.
No.
It's about ensuring that, the whole system is designed to withstand these kinds of events.
Exactly. And that's a challenge
Yeah.
for cities all over the world,
Right.
not just LA.
That's true.
As populations grow and climate change intensifies, these systems are going to be tested like never before.
So what can we do? Are we just doomed to repeat this cycle of destruction and rebuilding?
Not necessarily.
Yeah.
There are solutions,
Yeah.
but they require long-term vision and a commitment to investing in resilience.
Okay. What kind of things?
Upgrading water systems,
Okay.
using fire-resistant building materials, burying power lines
Right.
to prevent those wind-caused outages.
And we also read about the importance of early warning systems, better evacuation plans, community education programs.
All important.
It's not enough to just react after a disaster.
Right.
We need to be proactive in preparing for them.
Absolutely. And those preventative measures can even start at the individual level.
Oh.
Things like clearing brush around your home, creating that defensible space,
Right.
having a go bag ready in case of evacuation.
Right.
All steps you can take to protect yourself and your family.
It's that ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure idea, right?
Exactly, because when a wildfire is bearing down on your neighborhood, it's too late to start thinking about these things.
Yeah.
We need to shift our mindset, from reacting to disasters to proactively preparing for them.
As we're talking about this, I'm realizing how much our discussion has come back to this idea of balance.
That's true.
The balance between enjoying the beauty and the opportunity of a place like LA and the responsibility we have to protect it.
Right.
The balance between individual action and systemic change.
Yep.
The balance between reacting to events and proactively preparing for them.
You're hitting on some really key points here.
Yeah.
And I think finding that balance is key to building a more sustainable and resilient future.
Yeah.
It's not about abandoning beautiful places or living in fear.
Right.
It's about being mindful of those risks,
Yeah.
taking steps to mitigate them.
So I guess the question for our listeners is this.
Yeah.
What can you do in your own life to contribute to that balance?
Right.
What steps can you take, no matter how small,
It all matters.
to make your community a safer and more resilient place?
What a great question to end on, and maybe a final thought to ponder.
Okay.
If you could rebuild LA from the ashes, knowing what you know now,
Yeah.
what would you do differently? How would you create a city that honors its past
Right.
while embracing a future that's both beautiful and resilient?
That's a really great question to leave our listeners with.
I think so.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the LA wildfires.
It's been a pleasure.
It's been sobering, but ultimately hopeful,
Yeah.
reminding us of the power of nature, the resilience of the human spirit, and the importance of working together to build a better future.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
And until next time, stay curious, stay informed, and stay safe.
We'll see you next time.